Hey there, Avra here with Cami. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the student experience. When you've assigned an assignment in Google Classroom, students will simply head to that assignment and then choose Open with Cami. When this happens, a new tab opens and students are able to do all of their work here in the Cami tab. They'll also be able to submit their assignment using the Turn In button in the top right corner. They don't ever have to go back to Google Classroom in order to turn it in. Let's take a look at the supports that are available here to help your students succeed. To begin with, on the left-hand side, you'll notice that I've limited the tools in Cami. Typically, the toolbar in Cami goes from the top of the screen all the way down to the bottom. However, having so many tools, ones that are superfluous, can often be overwhelming and distracting for students. So I've only given them the tools that they need in order to succeed on this assignment. So to begin with, let's take a look at Read Aloud. Read Aloud is a function of Cami that's very simple. All students have to do is highlight a section of text.
You are working with scientists who have collected data on different gases in the
And the words can be read to them. Keep in mind that even when you're working with older students who may read fluently, being able to hear the words read at the same time as reading them can actually deepen comprehension. It's important to note that this assignment is written in English. If you're working with a file that's written in another language, you can head to the Change Voice option and go into the settings and choose a different language, and it will read other languages as well. Speaking of other languages, let's now take a look at the Translate tool. The Translate tool exists in the Understand menu. The Understand menu has many different options, including some that aren't visible right now. Translate is this one right here. All students have to do is click, and then if this button is turned on, this is called Toggle Area Selection. Area selection will actually allow you to just draw a box around a section of text. Then, the words that are within that box will be translated. The drop-down menu here allows you to choose from over 100 different languages. The translation appears here, and then there are three options down at the bottom. The first is Read Aloud.
Pracujesz z naukowcami, którzy zebrali dane dotyczące różnych.
So the translated text can be read to students. Additionally, this is the option to create a text comment. When we do this, this language will appear here in the margin. Then, when you close the box, that persists. This is just an option for students. The last option is actually a copy function. So if you as a teacher or the student wanted to click this, then you'd be able to paste that somewhere else into a Google Doc or even here on the page. It's important to note that Read Aloud exists over here as well, so even when the text comment is created, students can still have these words read to them. Next, I'd like to take a look at the text box tool and an option for students to take pictures. So this activity expects students to do some handwritten work. We do have a drawing tool within Cami. However, from my perspective, it's difficult for students to do a lot of drawing or handwriting in a digital environment. So I often encourage my students to do their work on paper and then use the camera tool to take a picture of the work that they've done. Then that can be put here onto the page. This is just one option. Additionally, the text box is an option for students to type things out. It's important to note here that when students are typing, they can use regular keyboarding skills, of course, but they can also simply voice type. They can do so by putting their mouse on top of the text box and then selecting this button here. The one with the microphone and the letter A is voice typing. Between 1990 and 2005, there was a 19% increase. The ability to voice type can break down barriers for students, allowing them to express themselves in this digital environment even without strong keyboarding skills. If you have any questions about Kami, anything you've seen in this video or others, we hope that you won't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much for watching.